Hello there and welcome to XNN Headline News. Hi, my name is Jet Ebony, host of Left Like Me. This is the news show where get to the bottom of the story, no matter how murky that gets. Tonight we have a rare story. A real-life hero who is the inspiration for a long line of super successful suspense novels. He is here tonight to tell us a story of betrayal and abuse. Please welcome for the first time to XNN News, Mr. Scot Harvath.
Hello, Miss Ebony.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Harvath. You claim you are the inspiration and real-life person for the stories in the wildly successful line of books from Mr. Brad Thor. Is this correct?
Yes, I'm the Scot Harvath from all of the Brad Thor books. Thank you for having me on tonight.
Very good, Mr. Harvath. Now, as I understand it, you are a former Navy SEAL and a special covert ops agent for the CIA?
That is my basic resume, yes.
And what is your story about betrayal and abuse?
Well, my stories have made my author a lot of money over the years. Brad Thor has been living very high in society for telling my mission reports in story format. Now he is abandoning me.
Mr. Harvath, do you not get paid very well by Mr. Thor for your missions? I mean, stories?
Sure, I get a modest paycheck. But recently, after all I have done for Brad, he leaves me in the dust. And some of the things he writes about me, please.
Now wait a minute. How has Brad Thor abandoned you?
Well, after all I have done for him, Brad took off to write about a bunch of girls that do not even exist. Get this, Miss Ebony, Brad Thor is now writing about a bunch of females fighting evil terrorists. And I'm left out in the cold. How could he?
What is wrong about a story with girls being the heroes fighting terrorists, Mr. Harvath?
Are you kidding me? Every woman he ever wrote for me either got killed or left my character. I can't even get a good love scene in my own book. Would Ian Fleming do that to James Bond? Now he is going to have girl heroes, and I have not even had a decent sex scene in any of my 9 books. This sucks.
Well, I'm sorry your Brad Thor books do not get you much visual action, Mr. Harvath, but how has Brad Thor ever abused you?
You are kidding, right? How many times would you like your ribs kicked in by Eurotrash? How many times would you like to be shot? How many times would you like to get hung off a cliff? Brad is always writing up some serious damage for my body, and you can bet the girls in his new book, The Athena Project, will not even get their makeup smudged. I bet Brad even writes them a shopping scene in a fashion mall.
Curious. When does this new book, The Athena Project, come out?
This next month. November. And no one will be reading about me anymore.
Come on now, Scott. Surely Brad Thor sees to it you enjoy the exposure in the book tour?
Again, Miss Ebony, you must be joking. The most Brad Thor does to show me a good time is to feed me a greasy cheeseburger and a flat cold beer. He even says this is what Navy SEALs eat. We do not. We normally would never let that crap enter our stomachs. And on the book tour, Brad, before showtime, is always in the back of his limousine, playing around on his smartphone. A lot of fun I'm having watching him text all of the time in the back of a rented limo.
Really, Mr. Harvath? You sound jealous of Mr. Thor's new novel. Are you prejudiced against women warriors too? I will even bet that Mr. Thor offers you a good drink in the back of that limousine.
Miss Ebony, Red Bull and whiskey shooters gets really old, very fast.